In the world of entertainment, you have big releases, and then you have events that literally reshape the entire landscape. Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't just another video game. No, it's a $2 billion gamble. It's a cultural phenomenon that's been building for over 10 years, and it's a launch so massive, it's basically holding the entire global gaming industry hostage. The expectations are, frankly, off the charts. The stakes, they've never been higher. And really, it all boils down to one simple question. Is this going to be the masterpiece that defines a generation, or is it going to be the most expensive disappointment in history? Okay, let's get into it. I mean, think about it. An entire generation of gamers has grown up just waiting for this thing. Since Grand Theft Auto 5 came out way back in 2013, that pent-up demand has morphed into something way beyond simple excitement. It's become this global obsession. And it's all been fueled by years and years of total silence from its super secretive developer, Rockstar Games. And when Rockstar finally broke that silence, the whole world just stopped to watch. The first trailer didn't just drum up some hype, it completely shattered YouTube records. We're talking an incredible 93 million views in just the first 24 hours. Now look, that's not just a successful trailer, that's hard proof of a global cultural event in the making. And the financial predictions? They're just staggering. Analysts are projecting that GTA 6 is going to pull in $3.2 billion in its first year alone. To put that into perspective for you, that's almost double what the biggest blockbuster movie of the previous year made. So this game isn't just competing with other games, it's competing with all of media, period. So what in the world has Rockstar been cooking up for the last decade? Well, this isn't just some minor update. Everything we're seeing points to one of the biggest generational leaps in gaming history. It's all powered by a completely new technological revolution that's designed to set a new standard for realism itself. So let's just break down this technical leap for a second. We're going from the old Rage engine to the brand new Rage 9. Lighting is no longer static or kind of painted on. Now it's dynamic, photoreal ray tracing. The world itself, it's going to be over 2.5 times bigger than what we had in GTA 5. But the biggest game changer might just be the people in that world. We're going from NPCs just walking on simple scripted paths to a whole city full of characters powered by a dynamic AI system. This level of detail just shows you the sheer ambition here. I mean, we're talking about water that's physically simulated in real time, not just a pretty effect. There's a new physics system, Euphoria 2.0, that actually simulates a central nervous system for every single character, making them react to things with, self-preservation, instead of just flopping around like ragdolls. Even their hair and clothes are going to move with strand-based physics. This is a world that's being built from the ground up to feel truly alive. And check this out. This patent, filed by Rockstar's parent company, gives us a sneak peek at the tech that could change everything. It's basically the blueprint for an AI system that goes way, way beyond simple scripted behaviors. This tech could create truly intelligent digital characters that can learn, remember, and make their own decisions. Just imagine a world where every person walking by isn't just a prop on a loop, but an individual who creates unique, unscripted moments. And just to really drive home the visual leap, just look at the lighting. Grand Theft Auto 5, for its time, was absolutely beautiful, but it relied on lighting that was essentially painted into the world. GTA 6 is using technology that simulates the actual physics of light, creating shadows and reflections in an atmosphere that just blurs the line between digital and reality. But a level of technological ambition like this brings with it an almost impossible level of expectation. For every fan out there who's convinced this is going to be the greatest game ever made, there's this little seed of doubt asking, can anything really live up to a decade of pure hype? So on one side, you've got the true believers. The fans who look at the tech, they look at the budget, they look at Rockstar's track record, and they see the dawn of a new era for gaming. For them, this isn't just a game, it's a cultural reset button. But then you have the other side, this deep-seated skepticism. The argument that, after the initial wow factor wears off, it's still just going to be a GTA game, with all the same limitations and quirks we've seen before. The idea that the hype has created this imaginary version of the game that the real one can never, ever live up to. And that skepticism isn't just coming from random fans. This warning comes from a former technical director at Rockstar, Obi Vermey. He basically says that while it will still be the best game out there, that leap from GTA 5 might not be the mind-blowing revolution people have built up in their heads, and that could lead to some real disappointment at first. And that potential for disappointment is getting a whole lot of fuel from one major sticking point: the price. Rumors are flying that GTA 6 could launch with a $100 price tag. And that idea has sparked outrage and a ton of debate. I mean, is any game, no matter how advanced, really worth that much? And could this set a new, really expensive standard for the whole industry?
So you see, this isn't just about fan expectations anymore. The sheer gravity of Grand Theft Auto 6 has pulled the entire gaming industry into its orbit. Its success, or its failure, is no longer just Rockstar's problem. It's everyone's.
So, we have to ask the question that probably sends a chill down the spine of investors and developers all over the world. What happens if, after all of this, the game just disappoints? Well, the financial stakes are nothing short of existential. As this analyst from Morningstar puts it, pretty bluntly, the fate of Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two Interactive, is completely tied to this one launch. A failure wouldn't just be a loss, it could literally cripple the company's future, crushing its stock and killing its ability to invest for years to come.
And this creates a huge domino effect across the whole industry. You've got rival studios actually delaying their own blockbuster games just to get out of its way. Console makers like Sony and Microsoft are literally banking on it to drive hardware sales. The entire industry is holding its breath because if this game stumbles, it could fundamentally change how big-budget games get made for the next decade.
But here's the thing. Whether it succeeds beyond our wildest dreams or completely fails to meet the impossible hype, one thing is absolutely certain. This launch is more than just a product release. It is a moment in history. And that's its ultimate legacy, right? Even if the game isn't perfect, its technology, its scale, its pure ambition, it's going to set a new benchmark. For the next 10 years, every other major studio is going to be measured against what Rockstar pulls off here. It's the new bar for everyone else to try and clear. This really isn't just a gaming story anymore. Experts are looking at this as one of the single biggest entertainment launches of all time. Period. Not just for video games, but for all of media. We're talking about a cultural force that's on par with the biggest movie franchises and streaming shows in the entire world. So when you put it all together, the decade of waiting, the record-smashing hype, the revolutionary tech, and the industry-wide stakes, the conclusion is just inescapable. The launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 is a definitive, unmissable moment in entertainment history. The world is watching. The entire industry is holding its breath, and soon we're all going to have the answer. Will it be that generation-defining masterpiece we've all been promised, or will the sheer weight of expectation just prove too heavy to bear?